Hello, my Sagittarius lovelies. Welcome to your reading for the beginning of June. My name is Natasha, also known as Nourish Natasha. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome back. Did I say that right? Yes, I did. I had a brain fart for a second. I was like, wait a minute. Is that the right way to say this? Look, Sagittarius, I'm here with you. I'm a Sagittarius rising. Be sure to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. When it comes to these readings, take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of it might be for you, some of it might be for another Sagittarius. Now, I've already shuffled these decks. We're going to pretty much get right into it. The only thing I will say before I start is I am doing a little kind of giveaway thing here for these readings. I'm going to be offering one free 3-card pull for a person on each of these zodiac videos. So if you'd like to be entered into that, just drop a comment with your name and a question if you have one. And I'm going to be picking one person in the comments from each zodiac sign to do a free 3-card pull for. So if you'd like to do that, drop your name in the comments and a question if you have one. We're going to get right into this, Sagittarius. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Cups. Now, this is the after tarot, so it's 1 second after the traditional tarot. And this Four of Cups, honestly, I think is kind of funny. In this Four of Cups, traditionally in the Four of Cups, this person's sitting under the tree with, like, their arms crossed, like, ugh. And they're looking at these 3 cups in front of them, like, ugh, these aren't the cups I want, or like, these cups are dumb, and they're cups from the past, I don't want them anymore. And usually the universe is right behind them, handing out, it's like the Ace of Cups in the background. There's like a cup coming out from the sky. But in this card, this person has grabbed that cup and been like, nope, and is dumping it out. And I think that's the vibe, Sagittarius. It's like, I think you're feeling frustrated kind of with all the options right now. You're kind of like, none of this is what I want. And it's very Sagittarius in nature. Again, I'm a Sagittarius rising, I get it. We like to change our lives often. Sometimes, you know, we think we want something, it's not what we want. We like to travel a lot. We're very, I don't want to say flighty, but, you know, we're kind of like always ever changing. I think Sagittarius is like the airiest, wateriest of the fire signs. And I think that this is kind of the vibe, is like, you had these 3 cups, and you even had that other cup that the universe was like, here you go. And you took it and you're like, no, and you dumped it out and you're just like, I'm done with these cups. Like, this is not what I ordered, send it back. So, you know, it's a very frustrating kind of vibe. The Four of Cups is also kind of like a card of us being stubborn, of us kind of seeing the glass as half empty instead of half full. And yes, we do need to kind of break that attitude, but it is frustrating when you're like, I thought I wanted this, and now actually, wait, I actually don't want that. So what do we need to do about it, Sagittarius? The devil could be a Capricorn in your life, but yeah, I think that's our toxic trait, Sagittarius. I think that Four of Cups is like, you know, the thing that we're struggling with is like not being satisfied with anything, being like, this isn't right. And trust your intuition. Maybe it wasn't right, maybe it wasn't the right cup, but I think it kind of can get toxic if we do it too much, if we're not satisfied with something, and it can kind of cause delays. The Three of Wands is a card of things being delayed, and it's like, well, if you're like, why the heck is I'm not getting what I want, and it feels super delayed, and I thought I wanted this cup, but it's not the right cup, and when is the right cup gonna come in? You know, we kind of have to let go of this idea of it being perfect. It's never gonna be perfect, Sagittarius. Let's see, what do we all have here? Who all fell out? Yeah. We have Justice, the card of Libra. I think, you know, it's like, it's not always going to be perfect, but it could be balanced. It could be, you know, your karmic justice coming in. It might not be the exact perfect cup that you wanted, but it is balance. And I think that, you know, it's like we don't necessarily strive for balance. We kind of strive for like the biggest, best next thing. And it's like, no, instead of kind of striving for that, it's time to strive for something a little bit maybe more relaxed, a little bit more balanced. And with that, we have the Star, the Seven of Wands, and the Three of Swords. I think that the Seven of Wands is kind of covering up the Three of Swords for us, my Sagittarius lovelies. Three of Swords, heartbreak, breakup, grief, lost something, broke your heart. But the interesting thing is in this deck, you're healing from it, right? The heart is kind of mending and the swords are falling out of it. But I think, Sagittarius, you're using that very defensive Seven of Wands energy. It's like fighting for your position at the top of the mountain to kind of cover up that Three of Swords. I think the Four of Cups and the Seven of Wands and the Devil energy is kind of what you're using to kind of cover up that true heartbreak that you feel of like those cups not being right, of, you know, not finding the right thing. You're like kind of on the defensive and like, well, I don't want this cup anyways because it didn't maybe work out. And it's okay. We've all been there, Sagittarius. But you do have the Star card, card of Aquarius. The star is the light at the end of the tunnel. The star is what comes after the tower, and the tower is catastrophe and disaster and major life change, and the star is what comes after. The star is what gives us hope after that. And you're almost there, Sagittarius. The Nine of Wands, the final countdown, the final stretch on that journey, you know, kind of nearing burnout, nearing the 10 of Wands. It's been a very long journey. It's been a very hard journey, but the 9 of Wands is like, you're so close, you can almost taste it. And I think that's kind of where you're at, Sagittarius. You've been following the star. You've been following that kind of North Star, the light at the end of the tunnel, and maybe you went down a different tunnel and you followed a light and it wasn't the right, it was like a false tunnel, or it was like those fish at the bottom of the sea that have the light, like in Finding Nemo, and you followed it and you're like, whoa, that was not the right one. What's the right one? 9 of Pentacles. What do you actually want? The 9 of Pentacles. Wealth, abundance, independence, tending to your garden, having luxury, having all those things. The 9 of Pentacles is a very single, independent energy. You don't have to necessarily be single, and you could still want a partnership, but it's like you want the ability to take care of yourself. You want the abundance, and look at that. The 4 of Cups again with the Sun. It's like, this is what you don't want. This is what you want. What do we want? We want the Sun. We want the 9 of Pentacles. You know, we want the abundance. The Sun is the happiest, warmest card in the deck. And the 9 of Pentacles, again, wealthy, abundant, single energy, taking care of yourself energy. And you're like, I am so tired of getting these dang cups that I don't want. When am I going to get the Sun? When am I going to get the 9 of Pentacles? What else do we need to hear? How can we... What does Sagittarius need to do to get out of this? That's too many. To get out of this 9 of Cups, or I'm sorry, the 4 of Cups energy into the 9 of Pentacles. Yes. You need to focus, Sagittarius. You need to make a decision, right? The 2 of Pentacles is about juggling too many things. Work life, too many jobs, too many coins, you juggle in, and that ship is sailing in the background because you're too busy like throwing things in the air and then throwing spaghetti on the wall and seeing what sticks, and those cups never work out, and you're like, why is it not working out? You got to stop with the juggling act, and you need to start with the 8 of Pentacles, focusing on like one thing and putting in your all, putting in all your hard work. Slow and steady wins the race. It's not going to come in fast. It's not going to come in instantly. I think that's what you want, Sagittarius, is that kind of instant gratification, those instant results. And that's why that cup, that 4 of Cups keeps being like, nope, that wasn't the cup. That wasn't the thing, because it wasn't, you know, it's like you pursued it hoping that it was going to be instant gratification, and then it wasn't. It's going to be the thing that requires the most work. But what does the 8 of Pentacles lead to? The 9 of Pentacles. It's okay, Sagittarius. I'm right there with you. What did I just say? I see you are here, and I'm glad. I am right there with you. We're in this together. You are not alone in this uncertain space. This is a card reminding us that, you know, when you're feeling alone, like you're the only one under that tree in the 4 of Cups, we're all there. Now the cards are flying. And here's the thing. Acceptance is the answer. Accepting that that's just kind of how it is, instead of continually reaching behind you and grabbing that cup. And I feel like you're just continually like grabbing a cup, nope, pouring it out. Grabbing a cup, nope, still not it, pouring it out. It's like you just gotta sit under that tree for a little bit, okay? You just kind of gotta chill and accept that those cups that keep coming in super fast and super random are not, it's not the one. You want the long-term thing. You want the long-term abundance and stability and 9 of Pentacles and the Sun and the warmth and the, you know, not the fast thing that isn't, you know. Let your edges be liquid, which I feel like is almost counterintuitive, right? I'm telling you to not do the cups, but let your edges be liquid is allowing yourself to kind of be in that liquidy, flowy, not necessarily certain, weird kind of space. And it's so hard. I don't know about y'all, but as a Sagittarius rising, when I get in that place where I feel like really weird and not like with no direction, I want to change everything. I want to go change my hair. I want to go get 12 tattoos. I want to move across the country. I want to get rid of everything and leave. I want to travel. What I usually do when I feel that energy is I rearrange my furniture in my room. I'll literally like rearrange my whole room because I'm like, I can't handle this. You gotta let yourself sit in that discomfort. And I know it's hard. I don't like it either. You also have to know thyself. You have to know yourself. I know that when I feel that anxiety, when I feel that anxious energy, again, like I said, I want to like chop all my hair off, change my hair color, start a new life, live under assumed name, Bob Pat and Sponge Squares. Sorry, I have to throw SpongeBob references in there. You know, we want to change everything about everything. And it's like, stop it. That's those cups that we keep grabbing. You need to sit with it. Acceptance is the answer. You need to let your edges be liquid, and you need to know thyself. You need to know those habits. We have here Season of the Witch, which I love. This is one of my favorite cards. Reminds me of the witch, you know, at the end scene where they're all floating in the air on the fire. This is the time to connect with your coven. This is the time to connect with your magic. I think the answers of which you seek, Sagittarius, of like, what is that cup? I would wager that it has to do with perhaps your coven, your community. This is your season. This is our season. Throwing cards as witches. And then the card that I happen to throw with that is the Eight of Pentacles. You know, the hard work is hard, but it's easier when you have help. It's easier when you have a community. With that, we have the High Road and parasitism. You can see here, it's almost kind of like energy vampire vibes. Then we have the High Road. If you find Sagittarius that maybe that's what you're dealing with, is some kind of energy vampire or a parasite or someone that is just kind of draining you, it's time to take the High Road. It's time to leave that behind. And maybe that's why you feel like that Season of the Witch, why that coven or community energy hasn't worked out before for you, because maybe you feel like you keep finding yourself in these kind of energy vampire situations. But you can take the High Road. You can get out of it. And you are protected. No weapon formed against me shall prosper is what it says around the eye. You are protected on this journey, on the High Road. No, this is like one of my favorite cards came out. But in the case of the parasites and the emotional energy vampires, if it is someone that you're dealing with, Sagittarius, they know not what they do. You can see here this person's pulling a flaming dumpster fire. They know not what they do. I think that perhaps this person, I'm not trying to say this person or place, it doesn't even have to be a person, it can be a place or an energy or a thing. It's not intentionally trying to be an energy vampire or a parasite. It's just, they know not what they do. And you're kind of taking the brunt of it. And you know, you can get out of it. You are protected. You just gotta, you know, you got it. And when you do, infinite possibilities await you, my Sagittarius. I just saw 1333, 333. Infinity Mirror, Tagurate, and Butterfly Dreams. Butterfly Dreams is my favorite card in this deck. Infinite possibilities. Infinite possibilities await you. You know, when you're standing in one of those double mirrors where you can just see 1,000 different versions of you. There are 1,000 different versions of you, and you can just pick which one you want to be. Isn't that great? Isn't that lovely? And when you pick the one you want to be, that's going to be it. Tag your it. You just have to pick one. You can't stop choosing that cup and pouring it out and choosing that cup. You have to pick one. And then you're going to be in the spotlight, Sagittarius. So then you're going to be surrounded by the paparazzi. Not necessarily, but that's what this card is depicting. It's going to be your time in the spotlight for your butterfly dreams. This is my favorite card in the deck, in this deck. And I'm going to read you actually the description of it because it's just so good. The fruits of your current reality were sown as seeds in a past one. Each version carries clues of your becoming as well as choices that will inform it. What was once a poster on the wall is now a car in your garage. That's my favorite line from this because my dream car is now in my garage. The notes in your journal, now a book. Your dreams for the future made real in the present. This is how life moves. Does the caterpillar have any way of conceptualizing what it will become on the onset in the chrysalis? Do you? Perhaps it feels like dying. Possibly they sense deep in their primordial ooze that they are being reborn. Perhaps both are true. So I think what keeps happening here, Sagittarius, is you get into the middle of that cocoon and you start to freak out. You get into the middle of like your transformational phase and you freak out and you're like, no, that's not what I want. Grab the cup, pour it out. You have to let the transformation be complete. That is the message that I'm getting for you, my lovely Sagittarius. Let your edges be liquid. You have to turn fully to goo in that cocoon. Acceptance is the answer. You have to just like sit there and let it happen. And it is so frustrating, Sagittarius. Believe me, I know. We're like, I don't want it. I don't want to do that. Death. Yes, you do. You got to do it. Death and rebirth. Death and rebirth. And I think that's the thing that a lot of us struggle with is the dying completely, the completely allowing the past to be the past, the completely shedding of the old skin. A lot of the times we just keep little bits and pieces of like whatever that is and we hold on to it, right? The devil energy, we hold on to like those little parts that we don't want to let go of yet. You have to let it die completely. And it is hard to let, to create, to let it completely die and to start something completely new. But it is possible. Boundaries. And I think that specifically in this case, also a lot of red in this reading. Both those cards are red, lots of red in the other cards. I think this might be boundaries with yourself, Sagittarius, is setting personal boundaries, which is, it's as much as we can set boundaries with other people. And you might also with that parasitism card, but it's like setting healthy boundaries with yourself, putting your needs before your wants. So any kind of impulsive behaviors, we got to shut it down. Any kind of unhealthy coping mechanisms, we got to shut it down. We got to set some boundaries with ourselves, my lovely Sagittarius. Let's pull one more from that oracle deck. Power, another red card, by the way, just saying. What does power have to say for itself? You are powerful, you are worthy, you are sovereign. It is time to remember your worth. Drawing this card invites you to take your place in the starring role of your life. Tag you're it. There is no need to play small here. You're being granted permission to display your strengths for all to see at this time. It does you no service to hide your gifts. Drawing this card can also indicate that it is time for you to call your power back from any situation where it may have been taken or given away. I think that's that red energy. Sagittarius, you need to fully be the main character. You need to fully put yourself in the spotlight. Maybe wear red. Red seems like to be a power color for you right now. I love this for you, Sagittarius. I hope this resonates. Don't forget to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Don't forget to drop your name and a question in the comments if you want to be entered to win a 3-card reading. I offer a lot, Sagittarius. I have a membership here on YouTube. If you just hit that join button, come join our coven. If you're looking for a coven, I got you. It's a really awesome one. It's only $9.99 a month, and you get live tarot readings, live yoga, live new moon and full moon workshops, a community, all those things, yoga challenges, tarot challenges, so much. I also have witchcraft and wellness courses available. I have a 30-day witchcraft wellness challenge. All the links will be in the description box below. Don't forget to hit all those buttons, subscribe, save, share, whatever, all those things. I have a lot of free content here on YouTube as well, and TikTok and Instagram also. So I hope this resonates with you. I hope you have a wonderful June, and I'll see you next time.